Briscoe here with today's math lesson. Today we're going to be talking about converting metric units. Now, metric units are a little bit easier than converting customary units, and the reason is because they go by powers of 10. It's kind of like place value. Each way you move to the right on the chart, you go up by 1 power of 10, and each time you move to the left, you go down by a power of 10. So the way that you would look at this is, so if you're hopping from kilometer to hectometer, it's by 1 power of 10. So it's the same thing as if you are wanting to, let's say, move a decimal point. Okay, so you would move your decimal point. So if I'm looking at meters, liters, and grams, those are units of measure for the metric. If I go to deca, hecto, and kilo, what that means is a decameter, okay, is just going up by a power of 10. So I'm going to show you how this would look in action. If I have 15,000 meters, I want to know how many kilometers is that? So if I'm looking at my graph here, it's 1, 2, 3. 3 spaces. That means 3 powers of 10, so 10 to the third is 1,000. That means that I would need to divide my 15,000 meters by 1,000 because I moved 3 spaces to the left. So an easy way to remember is when you're moving to the left, you're going to be dividing. When you're moving to the right, you're going to be multiplying. And you're dividing and multiplying by powers of 10. So 15,000 divided by 1,000 just equals 15. I can use some mental math there. So let's try that again. If I have 247 milligrams, so that puts me right here, and I need to get to centigrams, which is right here. I'm moving to the left, which tells me I'm going to be dividing, and I'm just dividing by 1 power of 10. So what that means is I need to take 247 and I need to divide it by 10. Now you could write out your division problem and do it that way, or you can use some of the mental math that we learned when we were learning with decimals and powers of 10, and I can say, I know that my decimal is just moving to the left 1, which would be 24.7. Okay, so that is how you would use this chart. Another way that, and some of the types of problems that you're going to see is we're moving from 3 hectoliters, and I want to know how many decaliters. So if I'm going from a hectoliter to a deciliter, I'm going to the right by 1, so that means I'm multiplying by 10. So if you look here, 3 times 10 would equal 30. So that's the easiest way for you to remember. If you move to the right, you're multiplying, to the left, you're dividing. So let's try another one. I'm going from a deciliter and I need to go to a hectoliter. So a deciliter is right here. So that means I'm going 1 space, 2 space, 3 spaces. I went 3 spaces, which would be 10 to the third, which is 1,000. Remember, when you go to the left, you're dividing. So I'm going to divide. So that means I'm moving my decimal place 3 spaces, which would be 3.9. Okay, so let's move down a little bit and let me go ahead and erase some of my work up top so that we have a clear chart for when I want to do these last two problems. So remember, moving to the left you divide, moving to the right you multiply. So I need to go and I need to compare 5 kilometers to 5,000 meters. So I'm just going to turn meters into kilometers. So if I'm going from meters to kilometers, I'm moving to the left 3 times, which is 1,000. So that means that I need to take 5,000 and I move to the left, so I need to divide by 1,000. So I know that 5,000 divided by 1,000 is 5. These are equal to. So go ahead and pause the video and try this one. Try to compare 525 milliliters to 525 centimeters. Okay, so hopefully you're able to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn my centiliters into milliliters. So if I'm going from centimeters to milliliters, I'm moving to the right 1 space, which is 10. That means I'm multiplying. Well, I know that when I multiply, I would just be adding a 0. I'm multiplying by 10, I'm just going to add a 0 to the end of my number. So you're using a lot of mental math with conversions. So that means that 525 centimeters would equal 525 milliliters. And if I were to compare, that would be larger. All right, guys, you can rewatch this video as many times as you need. Remember to have this chart out to help you. And you can go ahead and work on your assignment for today.